YouTube! Welcome in to part 3 of Cooking Companions. Man, these nightmares are getting dark. It's getting creepy in here. Everyone is starving, and I am excited to see how dark this game really gets. If you are ready, I am ready. Well, let's get into it. So I think we've been here a week now, so... Okay, so we're on day 7. It's been about a week. Mariah just left to go look for food or help. Not exactly sure if she's coming back or not. So, you know, we're rooting for her out there. Good morning. Hi, Gregor. Good morning. Karen? Anatoly? No? Do you think she made it to higher ground? Anatoly believes in Mariah. Me too. She'll be fine. Right, little guy? So what do we do now? Just wait? Karen, how long? It's almost been a day since she left. Anatoly and Gregor look nervous. They're crying. They're sad. Someone needs to go look for her. We need to wait, Karen. Wait for what? The nearest town is miles and miles away. Waiting is all we can do for now. Yeah, I think she would have, like, froze or starved by now. I don't know. She's brown. It's bad out there, it seems like. So it could be days before she gets back. What are we supposed to eat? Mice? Karen, I'm sure Anatoly will agree, but we'll discuss next options when we get to it. Every waking thought is about food now. I never should have eaten that much. Karen's hands are involuntarily shaking. Gregor and Anatoly just nod in agreement. They don't even need her to elaborate. You sure Mariah will make it back? She promised. Everyone retreats to their areas. What do you want to do today? I'm going to save. Here. Okay, what do we want to do? I think I'm going to go maybe Karen. But if I go to the kitchen, we can keep talking to Trumpets. Maybe get more recipes. I'm gonna pick Karen. Hey, you don't have to lie to me. I know Mariah's not coming back. I don't know where she came up with her being the best swimmer. I guess the only one that would know that would be Anatoly. Last summer, Anatoly would watch her swim from the shore. He could have been a lifeguard, such a good swimmer. She never went under, but if she did, he would have pulled her out easily. Why would she lie about something like that? Karen seems deep in thought. Maybe it's better to leave her alone. We close the door softly. Okay, bye. I can't stop thinking about that vegetable stew. I'd be fine with the bread and jam. I'd be fine with just the strawberries. Nobody else laughs. I would kill for some vegetables right about now. You would? You would too. I would? I'm going to try to get some sleep. Good night. Night. You fall asleep quickly, but you only dream about desecrating a corpse. You wake in a cold sweat. Oh gosh. In a completely different room? Another day. Hi, Karen. Good morning. Karen's looking worse. Will you cook for the group today? All right. It only lets us cook. You take out a cutlet of meat and begin cooking it in the oven. You cooked meat. The audio, the sound is different. Where did you get that? You ignore Karen's question. What's that smell? Gregor finally gets off the couch. Where did you... The three are looking at you, salivating. You take the charred meat out of the oven, cutting it into small cutlets. They immediately grab some off the plate, chewing ferociously. You take a piece and immediately devour it. Do you have any more of this? You explain how the meat is stored securely, hidden, so you can ration better this time. I understand. Thank you. Anatoly runs to the bathroom, puking in the toilet. You can hear him sobbing for a few minutes. This taste is... Gregor wanders off. Anatoly returns, looking choked up. I was too weak. Left you some of the meat. Don't fight this, Anatoly. Anatoly takes a cutlet from the plate, turning his back to the group as he devours it. Doesn't eat meat, huh? You can hear him crying. Finally, my focus is coming back. Going to read some of those books. Keep them occupied, okay? Where is this meat and where are we storing it? Like, what is this meat? What, where, who, what, Where did it come from? Karen leaves you with the men. Who do you want to talk to? Let's check in on Anatoly, I think. You knock on the door first. Anatoly, you slowly open the door. Is he okay? We're about to find out. Thanks for checking in on me. You ask if he still feels sick. Not anymore. I think it was a mental thing. Please don't tell me where the meat came from. I don't even know. The less known, the better. You nod. All right. Thank you. You're sure Anatoly will remember that. Your relationship is stronger. 2 hearts with Anatoly. You leave Anatoly and go tidy up some parts of the kitchen. Hours pass. The meal gave everyone the perseverance to keep going. Eating will just make them hungrier. They're fine now, but soon they'll be begging for more. We've waited long enough. What's for dinner? You calmly explain that you want to ration the meat better this time, and there will be no dinner. Fine. I understand. I guess I'd rather eat tomorrow than more today. No arguments? Perfect. Everyone decides to call it a night early. You fall asleep instantly tonight. You have a strange dream. You're having dinner with a blacksmith, but he's not touching his food. The only light in the room comes from the oven. He clears his throat, stroking his beard. I can forge anything, he says. Your eye has been giving you issues lately, so you reply, forge me a new eye then. You laugh. But then the ropes come out. He ties you to your chair with a long rope to prevent you from struggling. You rip the rope apart without even trying, so the blacksmith uses a thicker rope. No turning back now. He takes a hot poker out of the coals. Holding it in front of his face, you can see his beard and eyes watching you. He slowly brings back the poker, aiming carefully for your eye, before plunging it through your skull with a sickening crunch. The force of the blow throws you backward a few feet. You're unable to break the ropes. You vomit all over your chest as the smell of your decimated eye floods your nostrils. The blacksmith stands over you, spitting on your body. You wake in a cold sweat. That was disturbing. All right, another day. You wake up to see Gregor looking out the window. He turns to you, not smiling. Take a look out the window. Do you notice anything? The floodwaters have receded a little bit, but everyone is still bound to the cabin. The The trail used to be completely visible. It's gone now. Good morning, big guy. Will Mariah make it back? This might sound a little crazy, but every night around 2 a.m., I can hear her outside. She makes this awful gargling noise like she's trying to get water out of her lungs. Have you heard her, Gregor? Sometimes when the rain gets faint, I think I can hear her whispering. I haven't heard anything like that. When she's whispering, it's like she's trying to tell you something, right? Yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. I sometimes hear her crying through the radio. Pausing. But that's just a broadcast, right? What is happening? I think we should have another piece of meat for breakfast. Jesus. One step closer to Mariah. It's what she would have wanted. What's gotten into you, Anatoly? Anatoly's eyes look at you, begging. Bring us another slap. Jeez. Please. He clearly doesn't have the stomach for it. I can't get the taste out of my mouth. Please help me. Anatoly? Gregor looks pained at Anatoly's words. I think he's right. Please bring us more of that meat. You grab some of the meat from your secret hiding place. You cut it into squares, adding it to the boiling cauldron water. It'll taste bland without any seasoning, but you need to serve it up right away. What's taking so long? Boil it faster. It looks almost done. Patience. It's finally finished. You serve the meat in bowls. Gregor drinks the broth first before swallowing the chunks whole. Like a duck does when eating bread. Anatoly creates ripples in the broth using the spoon he isn't eating. Sorry about earlier, everyone. I don't know what overtook me. Mariah? Anatoly begins to weep. You look over at Karen. You didn't notice her even start to eat. There's just an empty bowl now. Karen is staring right at you. How much more meat is left? You explain how most of it has gone bad. This is the last of it. Ah, how could you be so careless again? You remember Karen's knife. You need to think fast. What the hell are we supposed to do now? Wait around again? The storm isn't ending. You clear your throat. Anatoly? Yes? Think tomorrow you should go look for Mariah. Or forage for plants outside? I think you should go tomorrow, little guy. Nobody else can identify edible plants like you. Please, Anatoly. You can swim back after a few hours. Gregor is right, Anatoly. Maybe you'll find Mariah out there. I think Mariah's fine by herself. He still hasn't accepted what happened yet. She doesn't need anyone's help. But we need your help, Anatoly. That's right, Anatoly. Please help us. Let me sleep on it. Okay. No problem, little guy. I mean, he's gotta be willing to go, right? Everyone shuffles off to their rooms, reading books, knitting to pass the time. You go to bed ravenous. Mariah? Something is approaching. Onion, hey. Onion, don't be a crybaby. It's just me. Onion. Not going to be very sweet today. I'm worried about Anatoly. He's going to cave to peer pressure. Can you stop him from leaving the cabin? You don't answer, Onion. Please? Don't you trust me? You shake your head. Got a fun factoid for you. Did you know that leaving out an unpeeled onion in your room absorbs bacteria? It'll help prevent colds and ward off viruses. That was a lie. The fun factoid of that myth, people actually believed it in the 1500s. How embarrassing. Who would believe that? Ha 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 ha. There was even a doctor in 1919 who caused a surge of people believing it. Anyways, you know what smells like raw onion left in a room? You. It's been a while since your last bath, right? You can't remember. Could smell you before I even came into the room. Yikes. So can you stop Anatoly from leaving? I know he has cabin fever, but this is ridiculous. It will be impossible to stop a grown man from leaving. Please. We don't need another one stalking the hallways. Tapping on the windows, crying through the radio. You have the sudden urge to scream. Why do you think I've been using the mouse holes to get around? Scared to death that I'll run into her. Don't make me tattle to Cabbage about you. She can be as mean as Potato if you get on her bad side. Just kidding, she's great. Anyways, when the time comes, just tell Anatoly you care about him and don't want him to leave. Even if it's for me, okay? You can trust me. Now, if you excuse me, I need to work on some new ice skates. They're made of butter slices, so I'll get to skate around the frying pan tomorrow. Later. All right. Your mind finally manages to forget everything that happened. You fall asleep again, still ravenous. Day 10. You have a strange dream. A fox is collecting a payment in your living room. You despise him, so you put 2 dogs at the bottom of a sack. And then add 6 chickens on top. The fox smiles at you and leaves. Some point in his journey, the fox will eventually open the sack. And the dogs tear the fox in half. Filled with such loathing for the fox, you gave him the only things you had for food, all of those chickens. As the snow piles up outside, you begin to eat whatever you can find. Pillowcases, candles, leather. One day you wake up and you have nothing left to eat. Absolutely nothing. Just an insatiable hunger. A few days later, you go mad and leave the cabin, completely ravenous. A nearby tree looks like charred meat. Your iron teeth cut through the tree bark, tearing your gums apart by the splinters. Your mouth fills quickly with blood. Days later, a deer gallops by. The first creature in the woods to see your corpse. You wake in a cold sweat. Something smells terrible in the living room. Someone puked in a corner. You wipe it up with a rag to save them the embarrassment. Good morning. Good morning, little guy. Well, Anatoly, what's your decision? I barely slept last night. Her whispers came through one of the holes in the floor. She kept telling me to come outside. We don't want to rush you, but one of us had puked last night. So that's what that smell was? Anatoly, my patience is wearing thin. You have 1 hour to make a decision. Why so quickly? Because I'm not waiting any longer. You can see the glint of Karen's knife under her dress. Best to watch out for that knife. The group disperses. Tensions seem to be rising. You have 1 hour to kill. What do you do? Right, let's talk to the Chompets. None of the fun Chompets are around. Thankfully, Potato was kept hidden this entire time. And nothing can we call our own but death. That small model of barren earth, which serves as paste and cover for our bones. Oh, sorry, didn't see you creeping up behind me. I was reciting my favorite lines from William Shakespeare. Do you know which play it was from? It wasn't the one with the weird sisters. You take a wild guess. That's right. The Life and Death of King Richard II. Before I came to this cabin, I used to read all of the classics. Why did I stop? I can't turn the page with just my tongue. Hell, I can't even nudge a book off the bookshelf. Pathetic, right? You nod. Yeah. I've been watching your progress so far, and I must say, very strange choices, even for someone like you. I've wondered why you're so accommodating for these four. Pity I didn't receive the same treatment. Oh well. Excuse my rambling. Are you here for another survival lesson? You shrug. Excellent. No shame in preparing for the absolute worst. Ahem. 36 hours have passed. You have no food. What happens? For starters, your brain stops craving glucose. But there's a good reason for that. Your guts have begun shrinking. Your liver has transformed fatty acids into chemical compounds called ketone bodies. Have I lost you already? There's books on the bookshelf that'll explain all of this. Anyways, ketone bodies mimic glucose for the brain and provide about 2/3 of the energy needed to function. Sounds pretty great, right? Oh, my sweet summer child. Using ketone bodies gradually acidifies your blood, which can lead to ketoacidosis. Ketoacidosis? Ketoacidosis is common in diabetics. But how do you know if you have ketoacidosis? Well, a large amount of acetone is released in your urine and respiratory system. Your breath will smell something like fingernail polish, which smells like... I can't remember. No nose to smell now. But looking at your face, I bet your breath smells much worse. Rude. If only Trumpets had something nice to say about you. Here, have another recipe card. You unlocked a potatoes recipe? I personally wouldn't make it, but you have a taste for things like this, don't you? You don't argue. Let's talk again, shall we? I won't be leaving here. Far too dangerous to go exploring right now. You shut the drawer and call everyone together for a meeting. I want to check this recipe. All right, I'm gonna save. We're gonna go to the title screen.
Whee! Cabbage!
Slaughter stew. 2 arms separated at the shoulder, 2 legs separated near the hip, 1 cauldron of water. Slowly boil the arms and legs in the cauldron until skin begins to separate from flesh. Remove skin and attempt to remove flesh from bones. Discard skin and bones or give to an animal. Cut flesh into 1-inch cubes. Add flesh back into the cauldron, stirring occasionally for 8 hours, adding pepper and salt as needed. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Whoa. Mariah. Look how cute they are. Lebanese style tabbouleh. Vegan borscht. There's a roasted eggplant with sesame and pomegranate. I wonder if anyone's ever like tried these. Gregor, oh look at his profile. Oh, that's cool. So he is really illiterate. Interesting. I'm not gonna like super read all of this. I'm kind of skimming. I just wanted to check it out. Creepy. All right. Let's go back into the game. Anatoly, you okay, little guy? Anatoly looks pale, like he's going to pass out. Anatoly, have you made a decision? Yes. I'll help you all out, I promise. Thank you, Anatoly. Big tears roll down Gregor's cheeks. I'll miss you, big guy. I'll miss you, little guy. Thank you, Anatoly. I know this wasn't easy, but it's for the best. Wait, do I have the choice to make him not go? Karen, yes? Gregor looks at you expectantly. Did you want to say anything to Anatoly? You say nothing. I didn't have a choice. The veggies are gonna be mad. Goodbye, Anatoly. Goodbye, everyone. Good luck, little guy. Anatoly's left the cabin. Goodbye. See you soon, little guy. I guess all we can do now is wait. Good night. Karen goes to the bedroom to sleep. I didn't tell him the truth. Gregor is getting choked up. I didn't tell him. Missing him already. They have a nice little friendship there. Gregor curls up on the couch for the night, turning his back to you. You could go sleep in the bed. Your eyes shut, quickly falling asleep. You hear scraping from the floor. That's not good. Found you. Hi, Bread. Haha. You explain how this isn't a good time right now. This is no laughing matter. I'm worried about Gregor. He's as tall as a tree, but dumb as a brick. What's the root of that? Haha. Another cornbread classic. You're being very unpopular right now. Is that a tree reference? Get it? Or that's a tree reference. Get it? Ha ha ha. Anyway, you need to protect Gregor from the red-haired woman. Cabbage called an emergency trumpet meeting and told me to give you this mission. Watch out for that knife and protect Gregor at all costs. Understood? Yeah. You nod. Ha ha ha. It's the yeast you can do, right? Nice. Tell Brett that pun didn't make sense. Ha ha ha. On a roll today. I'll see you around. Brett hops away, squeezing himself through the mouse hole with a small pup. You fall asleep thinking about what Brett told you. You have a strange dream. It's lying on the table in front of you. You take off the glasses first, partially cracked, and set them down next to the workbench. Working the saw, you wrap the cuts in an old newspaper. Some of it gets soggy immediately, so you begin drying the cuts with a towel before wrapping. Much better. You hear something approaching, so you clench a fist and get ready to strike whatever's coming for you. You wake in a cold sweat. Day 10 to day 11. All right, everyone. This is where we're going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you're enjoying Cooking Companions. It has been a fun, dark, and a wild ride so far. I'm excited to see where this takes us. We now are missing Mariah and Anatoly, so if you want to see what happens, make sure to tune in to the next video. I will see you next time. Have a great day. Goodbye!